What is up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome to At the Close. I'm Spencer Israel. Joel's here. Let's get to some charts and start this show. All right, it is time for PreMarket Prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
What's up? What's up, everyone in the chat? What's up, Richard, James, Bill? What's up, Joel? How's your day going?
You took my thing, Wimpy Wednesday. Who did that? Edgar?
No, I didn't take it.
Oh, that's a
I,
good one.
I,
I
I,
like it. I like it.
I used it.
Okay. All right. That's okay. That's all right. That's
Right.
all right. Because that's what it is. I mean, this market is quiet. We came nowhere near the pre-market high, right? That was 47.01. Had that little head fake. I thought it was going there when I bought 46.95, but it only went to 96.75. Quickly stopped out of that trade, and now we're just hanging just below mid-range on the session. So a big indecision day in the markets. Crude, as we talked with Anne Marie about, looking for a pullback. Well, you're getting it down $3.02 at 77.072. That's good for inflation, right? Transitory. Gold up 12.90 at 18.67. Not a new high for the move yet, but a nice double bottom to lean on the downside at 18.51. Silver up 15.6 cents at 25.10. Bitcoin hanging on to 60K, at least the futures are up $470 at 60,200. And Ethereum futures are in the green too, about the same on a percentage basis. They're up $30.75 at 4,230.50.
Okay, before we get to the topics on the right, let's just start, Joel. Tesla and Apple, right? Are we talk about what is the broad market doing, and why is it doing it, right? And today you say, okay, the broad market we're mixed, right? Like the S&Ps are a smidge down, the Nasdaq is a smidge up, the Russell is down a little bit more than that. Oil, you just went through all that, right? Down. Why is the market up today? It's mainly two words: Apple, Tesla. That's it. That's why That's why the market is not down more, because you look at the gainers and losers, and there's way more red on the screen today than there is green. There's like, for every stock that's up, there's like 2.5 stocks, almost 3 stocks that are down, right?
But you know
So
what? And boy, you're coming up with some good stuff here today, young Spencer. Let me show you. I want to do a re-screen share here,
mhm.
and I'm looking at YouTube, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But just let me show you what I'm looking at. You guys always see my left screen, right? And you see the boring charts and everything. But on my right screen, tell me if you could see it. I got right
Yeah,
here, right in the middle. Look at the big boys.
yeah.
Why is the market not getting killed today? Top component, Microsoft in the green. Second top component in the green. Apple up 2%. Third biggest component up. Fourth biggest component up. Fifth biggest component up. That's Tesla. That's up 4%. So, if you want to go all out, short the market, think it's going down, if you look at those right there, you're talking about 15% of the S&P. That ain't going nowhere, right? Look at that. So there's where your strength is. And then, Facebook's down a smidge. Nvidia, people are getting nervous about earnings.
Mm,
The financials are off a little bit. And then,
yeah.
coming down
we
near the bottom,
we'll
UNH and
talk about all
J&J.
that. We'll talk about all that, but I want to start with the EV trade here, as you can reshare your charts, Joel. We talked about this morning. I was not, and I was not as quick, and I'm still frankly hesitant to like call a victory for the Bears here, even though every EV stock is well off its
How
highs
can you
today.
call it a victory for the Bears?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? One day,
Yeah.
right? But Mitch is happy. He won his bet with Denver. Rivian's down 15% today. Lucid is down what? LCID is down 4.5% today. They're all EV stocks. They're all off of their highs from this morning, the pre-market session. But I don't know. I
That's
wouldn't be too quick to to
No,
oh,
no,
the
and,
top down.
I thought I reshared. Did I reshare the right charts?
I
Or did
don't
I go back
know.
to,
Wrong one.
let me go to my screen share here to make sure I get the right one. Share screen. Boom. Okay, that should be up. Well, first of all, before we go to the crazy stocks,
Yeah.
we got Raz in the room, and I'll tell you why Tesla is going up today. Is because I was getting nervous, and I was going to call Raz and tell him that he should lighten up on his Tesla.
Well, he's in
So
the
that's
chat.
why,
He's in the chat right now. Tell him right now.
yeah. You got to watch this 11:15 right here. This 11:15, 11:20. You had the big break. Maybe Elon's done selling, right? Relieve some of the selling pressure. So this is just a classic. You make a low, you get a bounce, and the question is can you get back half of this move? Can you close above 11:15? Can you close above 11:20? Can you consolidate here? Grab another bid, then get to 1200 and get back. So this is a big bounce. So it's good. It's getting back half of the move. Maybe Elon is lightened up on his selling, and there's a resumption in the trend. But there's your bounce. There's your classic 50% bounce. Let's see if it can hold. I don't have the exact numbers because my levels are off, but let's just call it 11:15, 11:20.
Jason's like, Joel, you said that at 6:30, which he's probably right. You probably did say that at 6:30.
6:30, 7:30, 8:30,
9:30.
9:30, 10:30.
9:30. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, it's a bounce. So let's see what happens at it and see if
yeah.
it can hold. Now he's going to make me figure the exact number because now I'm going to have to. What's the old time high in
11,
this?
12:43.
1243
Yeah.
exactly.
No, 12:43:49.
Okay, so that's not exact. And then what was the low of that break?
The one we just had from a couple days ago,
Nine seven nine.
978.60. 978.60
Okay, plus.
divided by.
Oh, it's 1111. That's my number. Big
Okay.
number, and it got above it today. It's not gonna. It's got to close above it. If it closes above 1111, then boom, I'm gonna put my 1250 hat back on. But that's what I'm looking at in Tesla. Let's talk about the other ones because which one do you want to go to next? Do you want to go to?
Let's go to Rivian because that's sort of your big loser today, right? It's down 15%. We stopped going down for the moment. For the moment, we stopped going down around 140. We bottomed
You
there.
know what? You kind of had like that. I mean, I know this it's a different stock than the Lucid, but you got did you get the Kramer pump on Lucid last night and today? Was it
Uh, was it Lucid or Rivian? I honestly, at this point, I can't keep them straight. I really
Yeah,
can't.
it was. I put it out on Twitter. Kramer was topping that thing. He was calling it the top on Lucid.
Oh, he was calling the top?
Well, no. That's not.
Oh, I
that's
got
what
you. I got
No,
that's
no,
what I
that's
was
not what he
putting
was saying.
out there.
Yeah.
He was actually at Lucid Motors, so like in their showroom, looking at the engine, that kind of thing. So he had a big rah rah.
Okay, let's go to Lucid first. And first thing, Mitchy Mitch got on with me on the pre-market show. And Mitch, what was the first thing I said when you were saying I'm looking for a top? What was the first level I gave you?
6190.
6190, man. That pre-market high. It backed off there. Here's your change in color, right? This is where we were to start the 9:30 session. You can use a little bit of the pre-market. You didn't get anywhere near the pre-market high. And then, it went red. I don't even know where it got into yesterday's range, getting a little bit of a bounce, but still, this is like the first red candle, right? After this big run up. So that's just a warning shot across the bow, right? And we'll see what happens tomorrow. If it can hold this low from today, it's going to settle in the lower portion. Just you got to think, though, a lot of people are sitting on a lot of profits in this. And if you're trying to buy the dip at 53, think you're going to scalp out at 55, there's people at under 20, under 25, under 30. I mean, that 55 is still a good number to them. So it's okay to try and buy the dips on these kind of things. If you're good at trading like that, you have good trading, short-term trading signals, go for it. just put your stop in there and just don't get run over. So that's a look at that. I can figure some daily numbers for that for you tomorrow. Rivian did the same thing, made the high in the pre-market, backed off, did go. One good thing is when you're watching these things, watch. Well, this went red pretty early. And did that ever see? No, that didn't even see the closing price from yesterday. The closing price from that was 172.01 and high was 163. Just a little tip for, if you were thinking of shorting about this one and you didn't want to get dirty off the open because it had a $2 pop. Look what happened after that $2 pop when it came back down through the open. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a shorter time frame chart. The 5 minute, I have to go back to here. You got the lower. This is the 5 minute bar. You got the pop. But then when you came back down through that open, even if you wanted to use a 163 stop, you sure didn't take much heat on it.
And as Happy is noting in the chat, there was yet another hot EV IPO off the presses today. SEV, German company, IPO today. Opened above its IPO price, is going to close at a high of the day today, likely. So
Which one?
SEV is your ticker.
Oh,
Add this to the list of crazy runners. And yeah, I don't know. Every day there's a new one here. So EV stocks still in focus for us here.
one day, yeah, one day of data. What was the pricing on this one?
Good question. Top of my head, I'm going to say 17. Am I right?
Wow, yeah.
No, it was. Where's my darn 15? Price to 15. Open at 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't give you guys.
No,
I don't,
yeah,
nothing I can give you on that.
obviously not. Hey, if anyone's in Toronto, hit up Jason. He's there. Let's go to Nvidia. Joel, you mentioned it. They report earnings after they close. Maybe some nervous Nellies lighting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this. We talked about this earlier in the week. I mean, you have a run like this. I mean, I have no idea. They're going to blow it away, raise guidance, buy back all the stock in the world, something like that. But you see position squaring ahead of reports like this. And what I mean by that is like if you're short, well, you're like, oh gosh, I sure hope they have a bad report. That hasn't worked out well for you. But since most people don't play the short market, since you get your head ripped off, uh, trimming your long position. And look how many highs you had in the same area. And this is a pretty volatile stock. So if you go back the last 5 sessions, the highs have been within like basically $3 of each other. And what that means is someone's just targeting that whole area. Hey, I wanna sell into strength. I know there's people buying into the report. I don't want to hit bids because if you start to hit bids, then the algos know what you're doing, and then they start hitting the bids out, from underneath you. So, what you don't think that's true?
No. The chat is funny. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I promise.
Okay, okay.
I promise.
Because if you just want to, play around, we could just put Mitch on, and
No, no,
we
no,
could
no, no, no.
change up the
I'm
show.
listening, but Jason's in the chat is funny. But finish the thought. Finish the thought, please. You're almost.
Anyways,
You're
it
almost.
went from selling on strength to selling on weakness. And
Yeah.
that's it. Now, when you sell on weakness, it's a different story. I have no idea what this company is going to do a report. I know if I was long it, I would probably have trimmed some of it going into the report or sold calls or done something. I will give you a number on the downside, and it looks like it's going to might even shake today. 288's the low today. You had a low of 287.78. And then your next daily low, doesn't come down until 271 and then 262. So 288, that's the number to keep an eye on Nvidia. And I would imagine that if they do get a good pop off this and they come back to that 305 to 308 zone, I think people may want to mop up their selling as well. So that's what I'm looking at after the close, and let's hope they have a good report.
Didn't AMD pop off its number? I'm looking at the chart right now. Oh, actually, interestingly enough, AMD's earnings, I believe, were October 26th. I think.
It had a blah day, I think. I think
Um,
it went down
shoot, I lost my.
or it was flat.
I lost my calendar in Pro. I'll get it back. But it, yeah, that I think that marked a temporary top. Here, I'll check it out. I got it back now. AMD reported on. Oh, come on now, computer. Be good for me. It's not being good for
I
me.
think it was this day here. I think it was the 27th.
Okay, maybe you're right. It was a 26 after the close, right? So yeah,
Oh, okay. Yep.
so that marked a like a temporary top in AMD. But then you get like Qualcomm, which had like the most bullish report in the history of reports yesterday. That blasted off. So I don't know, Joel. I mean, I could easily see a scenario where Nvidia, pops off this number and we find ourselves back at 305, 310 after hours, no problem.
It could, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's just over. I mean, you've created a little bit of oversupply,
just a little
overhead
bit, just a
supply
little bit.
here,
Yeah, just a
right?
little bit.
So, if you want a number, if you want to force me for a number, and there's a pop here, let's say this 288 holds. So that's what? That's 23 and 12. That's 35. You add 17, 9. That 305. Well, I can't get that number out of my head. 305 to 308 area. Man, bunch of highs in that area. I'd even be careful if it popped to 310 and then came back down through that area. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the Nvidia.
All
And
right.
what did I used to call it? And it used to
Yeah,
what was that guy's name? He used to get mad, Dimitri.
that guy was Dimitri. We all used to call it Nvidia, and he came over one day and was very angry. He said, "It's not Nvidia, it's Nvidia. Say it
Yes,
right, you plebe."
yes,
So
yes.
we say it correctly now. Hey, Joel, you mentioned this already on the show, but I want to go back to it. The payment stocks, right? Visa,
Oof.
Mastercard, PayPal, a shellacking today across the board
Oh,
in that sector. AXP outperforming relative to the group, but that's a low bar because Visa's down 5%, PayPal's down almost 5%, Mastercard's down 2.5%. So
yeah. You know, I mean, those are. I mean, that's what you talk about. The cryptocurrencies and transactions, and I mean, what they charge on these things. I
yeah.
mean, I think that this is bad news for. I mean, Dennis is doesn't want to pay his taxes on his Mastercard. This seems to be
Well,
holding up a little bit better. That's had for some reason Mastercard's holding up a lot better than Visa. Um,
Can,
I mean, that's
can I
just a
tell you?
bad
Can I
day.
tell you what Barclays said? Because Barclays came out and defended Visa today. They saw what Amazon did, and if you don't know, Amazon said that they're going to stop accepting Visa issued credit cards in the UK because of the high fees
Yeah,
that Visa charges. Barclays says that this is maybe more of a negotiating tactic on the part of Amazon. And then I think Morgan was also out with a note and they said so they both came out defending Visa today. So there's that.
I won't make any comments on that. I mean, they're coming out to defending his stock.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought didn't Mitch mention something about regulation a while ago that he was concerned with these stocks that besides the actual companies cutting down on the fees that isn't Visa have something to do? Aren't the regulators or was that
What-
Square? I
No,
get my stories
I
mixed up.
know I know what you're talking about. It was Visa, but I don't. I think that was like a nothing burger. I don't think. I think that was from a few months ago. I do remember, but I don't think anything ever came of that.
What was the one? What was it? Was it Mara that got beat up on? Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That thing is not bouncing, right? The SEC DOJ accounting. I mean, folks, those are just words that you don't want associated with your stock. People sell first and ask questions later.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And then before we get to some questions from the chat to see a few tickers here, yeah, Mitch just put the headline right. The DOJ was probing Visa's relationship with fintech companies. Thank you, Mitch. Let's just take a quick look at retail because we had Target this morning, we had Walmart yesterday, we had Lowe's this morning, we had Home Depot yesterday. We have a couple more retailers tomorrow and the day after. So let's just take a quick update here on these big.
Muted day here. In really a tame day in Walmart. I think look at that. I mean, you did make a low. You didn't get anywhere near the pre-market low. This thing's been trading in a $2 range. I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. I like that it held here at this 251.44. It's buffeted by 3 other lows. So if I yeah, 3, 4 other lows in that same area. So I like that, and that's good. It's bouncing 51.47. You get above today's high, 57.17. You start to work your way into the gap. So that's not a bad day. Just patient sellers. This Walmart here, we've been talking about who talks about boring Walmart except for us. But look at this. This is the Goldman Gap. And we talked about it when they put it on that you have to buy conviction, buy it at the market list, and you gapped up. You went to 152, and now you filled that gap today. You went to what was the low? Just under that. So, if you're so inclined, I mean, if you had a short on, you almost have to cover it at this area based on the gap fill. But if Walmart could put one, two, three other lows here in this area and then announce like, oh, we had fantastic Black Friday results, boom, it could turn.
Of course, the headline's coming. Hey, did you realize? I didn't realize this. Costco was above $500. Did you realize that?
Costco's ripping.
I did not
You know
realize.
why? Because I'm going there this weekend. Uh, boom. New all-time high today. What I'll be looking at made a new all-time high by a couple bucks, but this is the only thing that's slightly concerning. We're not making a new all-time closing high. So as of right now, you'll have two highs in the same area. I'm not going to worry about the 528 or the 531. Right now, my number one level for this is 526.72. That was your all-time closing high from yesterday.
Jason says he sold Costco 179. Well, he probably made some money on it. So good job, Jason. Taxes weren't as bad if you had it all the way up. So think of it like that. It's 3:52. We got 8 minutes left in the session. Let's do some ticker time. Drop your tickers in the chat. We will take a look. Florida just dropped a Viacom in there. Joel, I don't know if you've looked at that recently.
Uh,
I happen to have looked at that one a couple of days ago because I was curious what they were doing,
uh,
and I saw it made a new low, and I thought, oh, okay, that's
uh,
enough.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Look at that.
Oh no,
Oh
so brutal.
man. No even takeover rumors before. I
I know.
mean,
Brutal, brutal, brutal. I know Mitch loves Discovery. Mitch loves DISCA or DISCB, whatever. He
well,
loves
that's
it.
not a better move on a
Yeah.
I don't know. This whole content wars, who's going to win? It doesn't look like it's going to be Viacom or DISCA. How's the House of Mouse doing today?
Oh
Is
God,
that
I
is that
don't know.
continuing lower?
I don't know. I try not to look. I really do. I
We
try to have
warned you.
no idea.
I told you when it took out 168 to head for the hills. Problem was it gapped from 175 to 164. I still think this has a date with 150. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking on this one,
Okay.
longer term.
Okay. Oh, ticker's flying now. Um, let's do Ford. It's been like 3 or 4 days since we've looked at Ford here. So
Have
let's do
you
Ford.
driven a Ford?
Hey, speaking of Detroit automakers, we interviewed the CEO of Electromechanica today. Joel, did you know that Electromechanica, who we've had on our show, they have a facility in Rochester Hills? I don't know. I'm not sure if that was public information before, but it is now.
Um,
We can go. We are going to try and go up there and see if we can drive one of their craziest solo cars. But anyway, um,
you got a seller at 20 here now. I know 2006 was the high yesterday, 20 today. So it had a little bit of a break and now someone's just selling a piece at 20, but that's not the number. The number is 2050. Maybe it's your 2050 seller stepping down to 20. You had a triple top at 50, so break above 2050, look for 21. I was looking at this GM a couple days ago and I'm thinking, man, this thing's got to come in. Last time it made a new all-time high, it really came in, and I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going to let it percolate for a couple days," and I was wrong. New all-time high, GM. Good day in GM.
all right. Oh man, they fly in the tickers. Hey, Scarjo. I've not seen Scarjo in the chat for a couple days. Scarjo Rabbit, how you doing? Wants to look at AT&T. Okay.
What's there to look at?
I don't know the dividend.
No, that's gone.
Oh yeah, they got rid of that, didn't they?
Yeah, I
God.
don't know. I don't know what to say. I got
All
this
right.
thing probably at 30. I don't know what the hell. I buy it I wait years and years and years and years because it doesn't go anywhere and buy it for the dividend. And I swear to God, it wasn't even. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry for religious people out there. I buy the thing, and it wasn't 2 weeks that they cut the dividend. They cut the dividend. So I don't know. You don't want. I don't. It's horrible. It's all. Maybe if I'm gonna have some losses to write off this year, this may be it. Look at that monthly chart. I mean, this is just kicking you in the head every time it takes new. If you sold it every time it made a new monthly low. I mean, it doesn't move very fast, but and then look at the size of that bar last month. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about this thing. How's Comcast doing? Is that doing any better? No,
Oh.
a little bit better. Bouncing but I don't know. It's had drops and pops, consolidates, drops, pops, consolidate. Better hold on to. Well, it's gotten away from 53 at least, so that chart looks a heck of a lot better. And then how's Verizon doing? Not.
Still brutalized? Yeah, still brutalized.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just tough.
These aren't the places to be, folks.
Okay, Upstart, please, for social trading. UPST. Oh man. Okay. For some reason,
Oh.
I don't know why.
Can you give me some background on this? I mean, are you thinking of trying buy the dip here? Are you long? Are you not sure what to do?
Yes,
Because
social trading. Let us know in the chat what your position is, if you have one, or
yeah,
if you're looking for one. I saw a couple analysts out on it. Was it a couple? Was it 2 days? It was Monday. Um, Maintaining their bullish ratings, just lowering the price targets to play catch up. So
I've seen this trick before, and it looks like a bottom, right? You made that low yesterday at 27.10. You made a higher low today, 31.37. But you are leaning on that. These are one of the charts where you wake up the next day and it could be down like another 25 points.
wow.
And then you get a whole nother set of bag holders. Yep. It's hanging out here too long. I just don't like it. We've seen this. There's major resistance. I mean, someone's trying to work out of a piece at like 264, 265. Good luck with that, right? Disney calls, we're swinging for a gap fill. Absolutely not. You're going to buy those calls, and the premium is just going to evaporate, and the thing is not going to pop. There's too much. They just came out and gave you bad news. What makes you think it's going right back up to fill the gap? They even tried that little dog and pony show with
Tell us how
the new content, and that didn't work.
no, but Joel, the metaverse. Don't you understand?
That's
It's the
Disney
metaverse.
in the metaverse. Well, that's going to be great for their theme parks. I don't know. Talk,
It's a lose lose. Everywhere you look, it's a lose lose. You
oh
can't win
boy,
this one.
I don't know. A new low for the move. I mean, for a gap fill, maybe just keep bringing a buy stop down. I mean, you can't even get thinking about a gap fill until this gets over 163.96. Do you think this is going up $6 tomorrow?
No.
I don't. But hey, I
All
don't know.
right. Here's one. Let's do Zim. Zim Integrated Shipping Company. And then whoever it was that asked about it asked what the multiple was. I'll tell you. A trailing PE of 2.9. So pretty cheap stock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it's had a nice run. This was a big day. I really couldn't give you. I mean, it opened up. It came back into yesterday's range. So if you're looking for day trading ideas on this off the higher open, that was a good sign. You opened at 53.10, and then everyone thought that it was going red for good. Caught a bid 30 cents below the close, and now it's a nice pop up.
Oh, time
Oh,
flies
the
when we're
close.
having fun.
You know what? I'm gonna for the Zimmer here.
Yeah.
Don Zimmer, I'll just give you a level here. And
Yeah.
I'd say, man, get me to 56 on this run. If you saw 56, you had this high here when it was falling off a cliff. It got up here, fell off a cliff again. So I don't know if people are going to wait for this 55, 50, 56, but that's what I'd be looking for. For
All right.
that big day, move my stop up under 50.
All right, everyone, hit that like button for us, please, and thank you. We're at 53 of those. Let's get to 100. Joel, I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And everyone else, I'll catch the rest of you tomorrow because we have Christopher Yule not live trading, going through his back testing. I'm used to saying that in PreMarket Prep. Christopher Yule back testing his strategies right now on this channel. That'll be followed by Money Mitch at 4:30. So stick around for both those shows. This show will redirect to Chris Yule, so that's starting now. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Remember, all the information on our show meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. And we were done. We made it through the day. I'll see the rest of y'all tomorrow.